In 2003, I gave up rugby for fly fishing and sustained this injury. In this video, I'm going to show you how I pull some of the stagnant blood out of the scar. And this is the scar today. Not the round circle, but you can actually see the scar, the horizontal line that you saw in the earlier picture. So what we're doing is we're going to prep it, and I'll show you how to do that. So the first thing we're doing is prepping it by doing a couple of minutes of just pulling any of the, creating a negative pressure with the cup and pulling anything to the surface, and then we will puncture it. Okay, as it turns a little purple in there, you can see it's time to take this off. And you can see just by poking a few holes in there with a very thin lancet, it's already created blood flow. We're going to put the cup on now. You can see I just put it on. It's already got a ton of moisture in it, and the blood is really accumulating in there already. Now, this is unusual. This doesn't happen that quick unless there's some pressure in there or some fluid that's accumulated. So we'll see in a few minutes here how much is accumulated. We'll check back. But I do want to say that this is on the stomach 40 meridian, and ever since I did this about 12 years ago, I have had problems with that meridian. I've had stomach 40 problems with that meridian will create chronic phlegm, and I've had that problem for quite some time, and I believe that this is part of it. When I needle it, it gets better. Now we're going to try extracting some of the stagnant blood out of the scar area. So it's been a little over a minute now, and you can see it's accumulated quite a bit. We're going to change it, and I guess we'll try to show you that. We pull that up, and we tilt it down, and you can see the blood that's in there. It's darker than blood that comes out of other areas. You can see how dark that is. We're going to put this back on, and I'll show you in a second. Poked a couple more holes on it there. Put a new cup on it. And you can see it's already filling up quite a bit. And there's the darker blood. You can see it. It's a lot darker than blood that came out of another area I did yesterday. That wasn't in such a stagnant area. Okay, that's the third and final cup. Well, maybe not final. It looks like it might need some more. You can still see how dark that is, and it's coming out relatively quick. Maybe a fourth. There's the blood we took out of the second one. Again, look how dark that is. And we will obviously dispose of these. They're relatively cheap, so they are disposable. But you can see how it's still coming out. And they're very small holes, so the pressure is pulling all this out. You can see the clotty thing there that's hanging. That came out of there just now. This is the third one. Okay, you can see what it looks like after the third one. It's getting pinkish now. You can still see some ooze coming out, but we're going to go with a couple more along the scar line. And that's all. That doesn't even hurt. I'm going to put another cup on now. There you can see it coming out. And obviously this is being done at home. Normally in the office we would use gloves and the proper disposal techniques and everything. And I think you can see now some of the redder blood coming out right at the bottom there. See how the color has changed? It's actually a little bubbly. And the bubbles, the theory of the bubbles is that it could be carbon dioxide or other gases that are coming out from under pressure. But you didn't see that in the beginning. And now you're seeing it on the fourth cup. There's a better look at the red, frothy bubbly blood that's coming out. And there it is. You can see how there's a huge difference of the blood that came out originally that was all dark, and now looks like it's oxygenated blood because it's red. Okay, you can see the difference is a mixture of the dark and the red in this container. And this is the fourth container. Okay, it looks like there's still some blood coming out. I'm going to throw a fifth one on there and see what happens. Okay, we'll show you. This is the fifth container. You can see how the blood is coming out there. It's more red as it comes out. And this one's been on for about 5 minutes. So I think we're going to give it a rest. Try it again in a week. You can see how the red shows up. There it is again. A lot different than the first batch. And that's what it looks like all cleaned up. Here's one from last night I did on my knee. It should last about a few days at the most. And that'll heal up nicely and bring some oxygenated blood to that scar to help it heal better.